Hey, good to see you. Today I'm going to be talking about the three key money mindset traps that entrepreneurs fall in that keep you broke, that keep the business not growing. This is a key component of allowing yourself to grow as a person, as a business owner. And good to see you live if you're watching here on YouTube. If you're listening to this podcast later, then good to see you here. These three things are at the core of what stops so many called, chosen, wonderful entrepreneurs to stay stuck in their business. So I want to dive right in. This is going to be a shorty episode, and then I'm going to unpack these in the next few episodes on the Epic Success podcast. But I want to talk about the different money mindsets among the groups that I see, and I call it the make, the pay, and the expanders, right? So in the low end of the money mindset, it's those that are exchanging dollar for dollar. I go work for 5 hours and I get enough money to put gas in my tank. So I gave 5 hours of my life and I get enough money to fill my bank account to be able to put it back in the marketplace. So I'm making to actually survive at this point. So I'm still kind of caught in that loop of making money and spending it all. So I'm making it so that I could spend it. I'm not keeping any of it, very much of it. And so that's in that low tier money mindset. And then as you move through the money mindset shifts, then you enter the middle. And the middle is like the middle class where there's credit, you're doing okay, you might be making a great paycheck. But the idea here, and in your business, you might be creating sales. But what's happening here is the reason you're making money is to pay the debt that you have, right? To pay off the creditors. You've bought more than you can afford to live the lifestyle that you want to have, and you're trying to get there. And so you're using debt, and this is the middle. And what keeps people stuck in the middle is the more that they extend the reach in debt, the more they're just really working to pay off bills, right? And then the third level, or the third money mindset, is the expansion money mindset. And the idea here is that your money's job is to make money. Your money's job is to make money. And then we don't live off that money. We live off the money that money produces. And so it's three specific different mindsets that permeate, kind of like yeast in a dough, everything that we do, whether it be in our business, starting a business, going and selling, getting on sales calls. Because we exchange money for what we do, we fall into one of these three categories. And the idea, obviously, is to move from exchanging time for dollar past that, exchanging your life for paying off bills, to exchanging your creativity for money to make money, whether it be in investments, whether it be in creating offers that you make one offer once, and then you're able to sell that offer over and over and over again. And really, this key, I think, if I would have known early on in my business, I was square in the middle. Like I felt like, yes, the business was doing well, but then I would really literally see myself paying off bills every month. And it wasn't until I shifted to my money making money and not using that money to pay bills, not using that money to pay debt, but using that money to make more money, to make more offers. I had one situation not too long ago where we were investing in a property, and in order to upgrade the property, I didn't look to my savings account. I didn't look to what was in the business. I said, how do I go and make an offer that can then turn around and pay for that upgrade? And so it's just different thinking that I want to talk about, because I feel like in the entrepreneur space, we're not talking about how do you move up in your money mindset, because we're exchanging. When we make offers, in the beginning, we feel like our value is attached to that, right? Where as you move up, you realize you're really solving a problem for someone, and that's what they're paying for. And you're not exchanging your time, your value, you're actually helping them get a result. And I want to wrap this kind of intro to money mindset, which one you have, how do you get to the next level? We have a great quiz. I'll pop back in. If you're live on YouTube, I'll pop the link down below in a little bit on which money mindset do you have and how do you get to the next level. And for those people of faith like me, I want you to go to Genesis and I want you to read Genesis 1 and 2. I was back there again this morning. God said he made a land called, I think it's Hazarat, that was full of gold. So God made the gold and it was good. You know, later he says the love of money, putting money above God is not good, because then you're serving yourself and you're not serving others. You're not honoring God. But God made the gold and it was good. So if there is any relationship around money and making money and sales not being good, that is something we get to tackle in the podcast coming up. And then thirdly, what we're going to do in our next podcast is the two types of beings that create part of money mindset. And I'm just going to leave it with that. We're either in distraction or we're in intention. And the world will keep you in distraction. Hello, social media. Hello, scrolling. Hello, Netflixing, right? But intention is when you know that what God gave you to do is good, that making money is good, that making your money make money is good, because you can continue to give and create and be more like your creator. So we're going to unpack those three money mindsets. We're going to unpack, what does God have to say about money and making money and being successful? Is it the prosperity gospel? Is it the evil gospel? The money's the root of all evil? Or can we look at what God really says about money and believe what he says? And one of the things that he says that is really important in relationship to your business and to your life is, are you renewing your mind? Do you know what God says about these things? And are you choosing things that God says over the things that the world says? Are you being intentional versus distracted? And deep diving into how, when you sow seeds of your creativity, that we expect a harvest. Have you renewed your mind to expect a harvest, right? We expect a harvest, but we don't expect it immediately. So all these weave together to make a really strong money mindset. We're going to be unpacking that in the Epic Success podcast over the next few weeks. So I wanted to pop on here, talk about these money mindsets. Tell me in the chat, where are you in that scale? And what do you want to create this year? I want to know in the comments down below, what do you want to create this year? Because a money mindset, that mastery is a skill that can be learned. And through science and through scripture, we can unpack the how-to so that you can become the person that does the right things, that creates the having that you want to have, and get that in the order that God ordained, and you'll see it start to flow. All right, that's what I have for you this week. And until I see you next week on the podcast, bye for now. Thanks for being with me live. See you soon.